Hello students, myself Om Prakash Katte and today we are discussing the class 10th chapter our environment and today's video we are discussing about food chain, food web, tropic level and flow of energy. It's a very important part of our environment chapter of the 10th class and many questions come from this portion in our CBSE examination. So we have to discuss first one topic, food chain. Students, we eat food. Food is the main source of energy for us, and this food is prepared by autotrophs. It is prepared by the producer like the green plants and uh, cyanobacteria as well as in the algae. So the food prepared by the plant is eaten by the heterotrophic organism. So here we can see the transfer of food occurs from the plant to other organism, and this transfer of the food from one organism to other organism, it's from a chain of organism. So food chain is what? It is a series of the group of organism which we call the trophic level. So it is the series of group of organism called trophic level in which there is a repeated eating and being eaten so as to transmit the food energy. In simple language we can understand what is food chain. It is a chain in which the transfer of the energy occur from one organism to other organism in the ecosystem. And this food chain also we can define in the simple word. It is a chain which indicates who eats whom. It means transfer of energy from one trophic level to other trophic level. In each food chain is having the some basic characteristics. So food chain there is a repeated eating because one organism eat to the other organism, and generally the large organism they eat the smaller organism. So flow of energy in a food chain is a unidirectional flow because plants are eaten by the herbivorous. Herbivores are eaten by the carnivorous. So reverse flow of the energy is not that place. The energy transfer from plant to herbivorous and herbivorous to carnivorous, not the backward, and that it is called unidirectional flow of the energy. Students, one organism feeds on other organism. In such cases, about 90% of the energy get lost as a heat and each traffic level. So when food is eaten, suppose the herbivorous eat the food from the plant, so the energy from the plant get transferred to herbivorous. In this process, about 90% of the energy is lost. Then from herbivorous to carnivorous, the transfer of food takes place. So transfer of energy takes place. So in such cases also about 90% of the energy get so here 90% of the potential energy is lost during the transfer of the energy in food chain. If food chain is short, it provides more energy, and if food chain is longer, it provides the less energy. Let's try to understand if a human being directly feeds on the vegetable and fruits, so we are getting more energy. But in second case, if the vegetable and fruits are eaten by the goat, then human being feeds on the goat. So what happen? In such cases, human being will get the less energy. Then food chain is always straight. The food chain is a straight chain. Omnivorous generally occupy more than one traffic level in the food chain. So we will discuss here what is traffic level. So food chain we should remember it is the chain which indicate the transfer of energy from one organism to other organism, or it is a chain which indicate who eats whom. After the food chain, we have the types of food chain in our ecosystem. Grazing food chain is the first food chain. In the grazing food chain, what happened? The plants are grasses. Plants are grasses. They trap the solar energy, and this solar energy is converted into the chemical energy because the solar light is trapped by the plant and they produces the glucose by the process of photosynthesis. When plants are eaten by the herbivorous, which we call primary consumer, so when herbivorous eat the grasses, then the food is transferred to herbivorous. Now herbivorous are eaten by carnivorous and such different categories we can see. So grazing food chain is what? It is the food chain begin with the plants. Suppose here one grazing food chain we have plants, frog, snake and bird. So this food chain is the grazing food chain. This food chain, grassland food chain, forest food chain as well as the aquatic food chain we are going to discuss later. So first is grazing food chain. Second food chain is detritus food chain. In grazing food chain it begin with the plant or grasses, but in detritus food chain is begin with the dead organic matter which they are called detritus. And this dead and decay organic matter it's come by the fallen leaves or dried leaves or dead animal body. So what happened? A food chain in which the chain begins or started with the dead organic matter, and this dead organic matter are fed by the detrivorous. It means some bacteria, some fungus, they are feeding on this dead organic matter. So detritus food chain begin with the dead organic matter and they are fed by the bacteria and fungus. Another in this picture you can see there are three grazing food chains are given. Why we call the grazing food chain? Because they begin with the plants and grasses. So first food chain is A is the forest food chain. In forest food chain, producer are plant, herbivorous is the deer and carnivorous is the lion or tiger. So plant, deer and tigers. This is a one chain which indicate who eats whom. It means plants are the producer eaten by the deer and deer is eaten by the tiger. So it is one food chain and forest ecosystem. Second food chain is in grassland ecosystem. Plants or grains from the plants are eaten by the insect. Insects are eaten by the frog. Frogs are eaten by the snake and snake are eaten by the bird. So this is also another food chain and it is the grassland food chain. Third food chain indicate the pond ecosystem food chain. In pond, aquatic plants like algae fed by some larvae of the insect. Larvae of insect are fed by fish and fish is fed by the bird. So all these three are the food chains in our ecosystem. In many time question is asked, draw the three food chains in ecosystem. So you have to know forest food chain in forest, grassland and pond ecosystem food chain. Here it is many food chains are present in the ecosystem and these many food chain together they interconnected and they form the another category, it's called the food web. So food web is a network of the food chains. It's a network of the food chain which become interconnected as the various trophic level. In this case, the one organism are having the multiple option for the food. So food web is having characteristic in ecosystem. No food chain is independent and not operational in the straight line. It means single food chain is not operated in environment. Suppose one organism depend on only one source. Suppose snakes are depend on frog. So in such cases, if frog will be disappear, then snake will be also disappear. So if snake are depend on only one option, then if frog will be disappear, then snake also disappear. So frog eat the many thing. They can eat the other animals also. They can eat the rat also. They can eat the insect also. They can eat the birds also. So what happened? The food web is a interconnection of the many food chain, and in this food chain the organism gets multiple alternative option or alternative pathway for the food availability. So if they are having the more pathway for the food availability, so their stability will be higher, their number will be higher in the ecosystem, and it provide more stability to the ecosystem. This food web also help for checking the overpopulation. Food web also help in the ecosystem development. So what is food web? It is the network of the food chain which are interconnected with each other. This diagram to see, here are the many food chains. First food chain is plant, then larva, fish and birds and tiger. Another food chain is the plant, then insect, then frog, then snake, and so it is the network of the many food chain, and it is a diagram of the food web. Second important parts come trophic level. In food chains we have learned regarding the plants, deer and tiger. It is one food chain, plant, deer and tiger. But what is the position of each organism in the food chain? It is called the trophic level. So we should understand what is trophic level. The organism occupy a place in the natural surrounding are in the community according to their feeding relationship with other organisms based on the source of their nutrition or the food. Organism occupy a specific place. It's a very important. A organism occupy a specific place in the food chain. It is called the trophic level. So what is the position of the organism in the food chain? Is called the trophic level. Such as producer plants, they belong to the first trophic level. On this plant, herbivorous are depend. So herbivorous are the primary consumer. They come in second trophic level. On this primary consumer, carnivorous are depend because carnivorous are secondary consumer. So they come under the third trophic level. Let's you understand with the example. In this producer are the in first trophic level, primary consumer second trophic level, secondary consumer third trophic level, and tertiary consumer comes to the fourth trophic level. So here what happened? It is a position of each organism in the food chain, and this is called the trophic level. One more example you can understand here. Primary producers such as phytoplankton, grass and tree, they come in the first trophic level. Primary consumers such as zooplankton, grasshopper and cow, it's come in the second trophic level because they are herbivorous, they feed on the grasses. Secondary consumer such as bird, fishes and wolf, they come under the third trophic level. They are the carnivorous because they feed on the herbivorous. And tertiary consumers such as man and lion, these are the fourth trophic level organism. So trophic level indicate that the position of the organism in the food chain in the ecosystem. Another important part is flow of energy. Energy is the key function of an organism, and it is determined by the two basic law of thermodynamics. The flow of energy is a very important in ecosystem. According to the first law of this law of conservation or thermodynamics is that energy is neither created nor destroyed, but it can be transferred from one component to another. But according to the second law of conservation or thermodynamics, every energy transformation So when energy transfer from the one trophic level to other, one organism to other organism, some amount of energy is get lost and very few amount of energy get stored. So this is the energy flow in the according to the two law. First we should understand this is the one food chain. Sun is a main source of energy. When sunlight falls on the leaf, then leaf prepare the food by the photosynthesis. So green plants are the producer because they prepare the food. So solar energy is converted into chemical energy because by photosynthesis glucose is formed. So when solar energy is trapped by the leaf, leaf prepare the food in the form of glucose. So solar energy is converted into chemical energy. Now this chemical energy means food prepared by the plant. These are eaten by the herbivorous. So energy transfer from producer to herbivorous. Then herbivorous are eaten by the carnivorous. So energy goes to transfer of energy to carnivorous. Then from carnivorous, the eaten by the top carnivorous, then energy transfer to ear. So in this process, what to understand? We should understand that when energy of solar energy falls on the leaf of the tree, then plant absorb only 1% of the energy. Out of 100%, only 1% of the energy is absorbed by the plant. About 99% of energy get lost. So 1% energy come in the plant. From plant to other successive trophic level, only 10% energy get transferred. So suppose in plant there is 100 kilojoule energy. Suppose example. In plant 100 kilojoule energy. So only 10% will pass. It means 10 kilojoule energy will pass to herbivorous and 90% energy get lost. When 10 kilojoule energy in herbivorous out of 10% energy will transfer. It means only 1 kilojoule energy come in the carnivore. So what happened? Sun trap the 1% of energy. Green plant trap the only 1% of energy from the sun, and successive level 10% of the energy get transferred. Now try to understand with this one. The green plant in terrestrial ecosystem, they capture the solar energy. About 1% of the energy sunlight fall on the leaf and converted into food energy. 1% energy of the sun is get converted into the glucose or food energy. It means 99% of energy get lost. Point number 2. When green plants are eaten by the primary consumer, the great deal energy get lost in the environment, and only some amount goes to the herbivorous into digestion and doing work, and rest go toward growth and reproduction. So overall average 10% of the energy is transferred from the green plant and it is turned. So average 10% of the food eaten is turned into own body and made available for next trophic consumer. It means green plant trap the 1% of energy from the sun, but from the plant to the herbivorous 10% energy is transferred. Therefore, 10% can be taken as an average value for the amount of organic matter that is present at the each trophic level and reaches the next trophic level. So what happened here? 10% energy is transferred to one trophic level to next trophic level, and that it is also called 10% law of energy flow. Since the little energy will be available to the higher trophic level organism, so loss of energy at each trophic level take place. So in such cases, if the trophic level are long, then less amount of energy will be available. There are generally greater number of individuals at the lower trophic level. So lower trophic level grasses are there, plants are there. So they are the more in number. So greatest number is of the producer. Second important part is energy flow from the sun to plant, plant to herbivorous, herbivorous to carnivorous, and it is unidirectional flow of the energy. Only energy flow in the one direction. So herbivorous energy will not come in the plant. Only plant energy is transferred to herbivorous energy. The energy that is captured by the autotrophs does not revert and break to solar input. It means autotrophs of the energy will never come in the sun. The energy which passed to the herbivorous does not come back to autotrophs. So this is move progressively through the various traffic level. So here we should understand the energy flow is unidirectional and from the first traffic level to successive traffic level. In this diagram, we can understand the flow of energy with the different traffic level. Sun is a prime source of energy. Only 1% energy is trapped by the plant. So first traffic level producer are the plant. 1% energy is trapped, 99% heat is lost. From plant now, when the herbivorous eat the plant, then energy comes in the herbivorous. So only 10% energy of the plant is come in the herbivorous, 90% energy is lost. Now carnivorous will eat the herbivorous. So carnivorous are the third trophic level organism. So the energy from the herbivorous transferred to carnivorous and 10% energy only. And top carnivorous, it means fourth trophic level organism, they feed on the fourth trophic level organism, they feed on the third trophic level organism. So there also the transfer of 10% energy take place. So overall we can understand 1% energy is trapped by the green plant of total solar energy, and 10% energy is transferred from one traffic level to other traffic level, and that it is called 10% law of the energy. So it's all about the today's topic: food chain, food web, traffic level, and flow of energy in ecosystem. Thank you.